So in the interface substitution, two things we have to do. So one main thing is that the method, whatever you want to mock, that should be implemented using some of the interface. So that method must be part of some of the interface. Then only you can use the interface substitution, because in the same things here also we are applying. Instead of patching the variable or patching the function, we'll patch the interface method, right? We create a fake interface methods, and instead of calling to the actual method, we'll call to the fake method. For that, there are so many tools also are there who helps to generate the mock type of methods. So for example, there is a tool mockery. Yeah. So if you see this, if you have interface, this type of interface, you can generate the mock implemented method for string method, this method. So what will happen, suppose if you have interface, and now in your code this interface method you are calling, right? So that's it, okay. But whenever you have to test it, what you have to do, simply you generate the mock part of this interface and you call that mock method. Okay, so the same things I will show with the example here. To just show the overall things what I was just talking for the interface substitution, I will take another example. Okay, so here this is a simple example. What this example is doing, I will first explain, and then we'll refactor it so that we can do the substitution, interface substitution, we can do that. Okay, so if you see this is the main function, and from the main function we are trying to call a get release tag message. In that message I'm giving some repo, and from this function I'm calling to another function, third function, right? And why I'm calling, to just prove the dependency, and later we'll try to mock that dependency. So from here I'm calling another function, okay, this function for example, and this overall output, what it will return is, it will give the latest release tag of the any repo. So if you run this program, you will get the output. So for example, I want to get the latest release for the Delphin, Soda Foundation Delphin project. So simply I will run it. So you can see the latest release is 5.0. If you give the multi-cloud, you will get some different output, whatever the actual. No, he saved it. No, okay. So I just saved now, and I will try to run, because multi-cloud latest release is 1.6. Delphin latest release is 1.5.0. So this is the same means simple functionality. Here from one function I'm calling to another function, and from there I'm calling to another function. So just we can say that the hierarchy level we are calling one by one in cascading order. Okay, so again here this is a normal function. So what we can do, we can either do the monkey patching or the higher order function type, we can mock it using that. But now I want to do using the interface substitution. So for that, what I have to do is, I have to restructure the code, I have to refactor the code, and make this method as a one of the methods of the interface. So for example, I have the refactored this way. The same function you can see here, get release message, and from there I am calling the tag, and now this release tag is nothing but method of my interface release info. Okay, so now this is the interface method. Now I can substitute this method with a fake interface. Okay, so the main intention of refactoring the code is to show the interface substitution technique basically. Okay, so this is the simple methods where we are passing through, means basically it is a part of this interface and I am implementing this interface using some struct variable type of get release info. And if you see here, in that method get release tag message, I am giving a that type of struct so that uh, you can use this interface, and through this interface ri you can call the this method. So this is a just restructure code simply. So I want to show you that from this variable simply I can call this method, because this is nothing but ri is nothing but interface variable, right? So from there I can call any method which are part of that interface. Now what I will do, instead of calling this actual get latest release tag method, I will substitute to my fake method. So to do that, what I have done is, you can see here, I created a just fake method on this struct, and just make sure that this method should be implementable by the actual interface, whatever you are calling. So basically this interface has this method, right? So now the thing is that instead of calling this release info method on the this struct type, I am calling the same method on fake struct type. Okay, so the main the difference is here. If you change the struct type, right, it will call the actual method, but I will do the fake struct type so that it will call my fake method. And the same thing in some Go framework, you need not to write all those things. You can generate easily. So for example, if you want to generate the mock methods for this interface, simply you can use this mockery, and they have given some steps how you can generate. So for example, here is one interface. They have simply generated this interface methods they have implemented based on some mocking concept. So you may ask that if there are a lot of methods, so for every methods we have to do we have to write the fake methods. No, simply use that some framework, it will help you and it will generate the mock methods like that. Okay, so since I have just only one method to mock or just fake, I didn't use that tool, but you can use that tool. Okay, now if you see the actual things, now I want to test the release tag message. What is this release tag message? You can see as I want to test this much only, right? So to test this much, I must need to pass through this step. If simply I will call the if I'll write the unit testing for this, it will call the actual method, which I don't want, because if you repeatedly hit the Delphine or multi-cloud or any repo, maybe it, or maybe it's a means legal issue or illegal issue, whatever, or sometimes maybe the same repo can be down, or maybe it is taking too long time, so you are stuck. So we don't want, so we have to you have to mock in such way that we don't hit the actual method, we hit the fake method. So for to doing the same thing, what I did just I created a fake struct. That actual method is based on the some different struct. Here I have used the different struct, and on that I have given some tag or whatever, some parameters I have given, so that I can get some output, right? And as you know that this method, this function get release tag message, right? It is accepting two type of parameters. One is basically the struct, and one is the repo. You can see here this method is the one is the struct, basically the interface, and one is the repo string. In that I'm just giving this fake part, right? So what will happen, it will go to, because this method is based on this struct, so it will go here and simply it will return. It will not hit the actual repo, it will not hit anything. Simply it will return the tag, whatever I have given, or whatever basically I want. Okay, so if you run this, the same part, example 3, and right, I will just show the coverage part also, so that it will be more clear. I will show here the coverage part. This is the command you can use. And then you can generate to some of the HTML file, and I'll just refresh this coverage part. So you can see now it is not calling this actual method. Okay, because I have from here it is calling my fake based method, means on the fake struct this method is getting called, and that's why I am avoiding this calling the actual things. So whenever a function has interface or any method, I think it's easy to substitute that. But if a method is not of type interface, then sometimes it will be difficult, and you have only few approach to mock, basically using some either monkey patching or higher function, or you have to do something refactor. But here, if suppose this code is already refactored and using the interface, simply what I have to do is I have to create a fake interface, means fake struct, and based on that I have to uh, create a fake method, so it will be easy. And that's the situation we faced during writing the unit testing of the means large software, where lot of external dependencies are also there compared to internal dependency, right? So sometimes we are in the good position because a lot of functions we are getting through some of the interface, but in some case we have to little bit refactor the code so that we can patch some variable, and through that variable we can patch some particular method, dependent method. So that's the third approach of mocking.